Hello, everyone, and welcome to the July edition of Port Waves. I'm Edna Dominguez, HR Business Partner in the Human Resources Division.
And I am Andrea Olea, a payroll and personnel assistant here in HR. And together, Edna and I will be your hosts. As the sun shines brightly and the temperatures rise, summer brings a unique energy to the workplace. It's a season of refreshing change and new opportunities for growth and collaboration.
As we welcome the new month of July, we want to give a warm welcome to our summer high school interns. Students, we encourage you to fully immerse yourselves in the internship experience. Be curious, ask questions, and take the initiative to learn from your mentors and those around you. These impressive high school interns will be working across 13 divisions. So if you happen to come across them, be sure to give them a warm hello.
We also have an update on our much anticipated summer orientation.
That's right, Andrea. The Port of Long Beach's summer orientation is happening on Saturday, July 29th. This year's event is happening on the Sir Winston, which will be cruising through the port complex. All port employees and their families are invited. There's going to be food, activities, and of course, a tour of the Port of Long Beach. Please note that availability is limited, so be sure to secure your spot promptly. Again, that's the Port of Long Beach's summer orientation, happening on Saturday, July 29th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Be sure to keep an eye out for more details from training and development at polb.com.
By the way, if you haven't already, be sure to check out the Container Cafe outside the pub, as they are now open for business. And watch for an announcement on the grand opening celebration in the next few weeks. Building a strong team is crucial for success in any organization. But how well do we really know what many of our fellow teammates actually do? In this episode, I had the privilege of speaking with commercial diver John Villarreal, who spends his days plumbing the depths of the Port of Long Beach. Join me as we dive deep into his work, his interests in all things nautical, and the remarkable contributions he makes to our organization. Your job is so cool here at the port. And
you think so?
I do.
Oh, man.
I want to learn more about what you do here at the port.
Okay.
But first, I would like to ask you, how did you get into commercial diving? How did you kind of learn to swim, for example? Or
Okay.
how did you get into the whole, this career?
All right. Well, I grew up in the Long Beach City system, so I was always at summer camp, City of Long Beach Parks and Rec. I first entered the water when I was 4. And back then, even though I can't really say I'm dating myself because I'm only 38, but even in the early 90s, Long Beach lifeguards would just take you and drop you in the water, and you had to fend for yourself. So I learned how to swim at an early age. I knew I loved the water since, and my career kind of took off from there. I was a swimmer at Long Beach Poly, swam in college. I was just constantly swimming, so I love it. My first job with the city was Parks and Rec, teaching kids how to swim and sail and all that good stuff. And then I just kept progressing, lifeguard, and then kept going. And at some point when I was in my mid-20s, I was like, I got my scuba cert. I know the port is looking for search and rescue divers for security. And so I just applied.
So water's been kind of a huge part of your life.
Huge part of my life.
What
I grew up in Long Beach. You have to.
Yeah, so you were always surrounded by the water.
Always.
What was that thing that sparked, the interest in just commercial diving?
It was actually the Port of Long Beach. The Port of Long Beach offered to send me to the commercial dive school here in Wilmington, California, College of Oceaneering. And so I said, yeah. I mean, if you're going to offer and pay for me to go, of course I'm going to go. And so I went, and it's a tough school, or it was. It's now gone. Most of commercial diving schools in California are gone. We do have one now still in Santa Barbara. That's the City College. Fantastic program. And then there's another one in Chino, but you have to be an inmate to go to that one.
So kind of off limits, right?
Right, yeah. Or if that tells you that if you've been in jail, you can still be a commercial diver. And that, of course, commercial divers in jail go hand in hand. So,
So,
there it is.
how was it very extensive training for you at that school, or how was that?
Yeah, it was, college engineering was very militaristic. So we had to do PT in the morning. So we were wet really early, even before the sun was out. And then we'd rush inside to learn about physics and all this other fun stuff, and then back out and into the water. It was very time consuming. You were in your wetsuit all the time. You were never out of your wetsuit. So if it was a hot day, you could smell yourself. You'd rash up. It was terrible.
Can you kind of guide me through day to day? What does John do in his commercial diving world?
What do I do?
Yeah.
It all depends on the day. Usually when we have somewhere to go, we all go down and get the boat ready, make sure we have all our stuff. And if I'm up to dive, then I dress out, and it's a 3 mil wetsuit for me. Other guys use 5, 7. It all depends on your comfort level. And we have fins, our bailout bottles, and it's literally called bailout because if you got to bail out, you got to bail out. It's my lifeline. And then we hook up our hats. I like to hook up my own hat. It's just a fail-safe for me. And we hook it up to the umbilical, and then we all go out to wherever we go. It could be Pier T, it could be Pier S, C, wherever we go. We have a debrief, and then my standby sits and waits while I get in the water and dive.
And what do you do down there once you're down there?
We mainly do cathodic protection and the cleaning of the anodes and the brackets and stuff like that. And we do some light salvage. Whatever the job is, we're pretty capable of doing it, and we just go out there and handle it.
What is it that you normally see when you're down there? Is there interesting
Oh, well, for all the fishermen, sheephead, right there under the bridge, massive sheephead fish, and they're not afraid of us. And when we're cleaning off the brackets, they come, and it's breakfast time, lunchtime, whatever, and they just start eating. And they'll knock you around and trying to nudge you out of the way. They're big.
No sharks, nothing like that.
No, but if you ever watch Shark Week, they did track a great white that comes into the port every now and then to feed, and then it leaves. So if one day I'm not here, that's why.
All right. It's only during the daytime, right? The operation, or is it also
Yeah,
nighttime?
but we can get called in for nighttime stuff.
Is it different at night, down there, or is it
Instead of it being 0 viz or only 5 feet of visibility in green, it's 0 viz in black. So you can't see much.
Gotcha.
But we have
some
headlamps.
lights,
Yeah, we have headlamps and stuff. And I could talk to topside, whoever's
so
in the rack box.
do you have a radio with you?
It's all integrated into our umbilical system, which provides my air, my video, my light, and my communications.
Would you say that there's a lot of teamwork involved with diving?
Yes, yeah. Commercial diving, especially, you really have to trust your guy.
What's the scariest thing you've experienced down there in the water?
Oh, the scariest thing I've ever experienced. Well, we've all have lost air at some point in time.
Oh.
But we're trained to go on our bailout bottle, and I like to have it on at the bottle, off at the hat, so in case I start feeling that suction, and when you can't breathe in the hat, it's like a big suction, and you lose it real fast. And so instead of messing around with my bottle down here, I can just hit and then come back up. Any loss of air, we're coming back up. But to be honest, that's not the scariest
No.
I've ever had. No.
That's not the scariest?
No,
What
no.
is the scariest?
The scariest, and it sounds really funny, but the scariest I ever had is I had a seal one time, and it was super dark. The viz was really bad, and I was just cleaning, and it bumped me. And when you know you're the only one in the water, it kind of is like
Who did that?
yeah, what's going on? But it kept doing it, and then I kind of whipped around this way, because you can't just move your head. You have to kind of move your whole body. And I almost swore right now. This seal's face was in my face, and I was like, ah! And you can hear me scream on that. They're like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Stupid seal.
Oh,
And-
is your mic on at the whole time you were
the
down
whole
there?
time they can hear
Just for
me. They
emergencies
can
or
hear
anything?
me get hurt. I hurt myself. And you can hear me cuss up a storm if I can't get something right. Yeah, so
Oh, so they heard that they asked
heard
you.
everything. Yeah, they're like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Seal," and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool. Get back to work."
Personally, I love just being by the water.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like for you, being a diver and just getting to be in that environment all the time?
Well, I know that it's ruined my vacations because I never want to be by the ocean. I always just want to be in the mountains or the desert, somewhere where there is no water. And so then my wife gets a little upset about that. But it's really nice to be. I mean, the sun is always out. It's always summertime practically.
So you don't swim out of work, like when you're off work?
If I can avoid it.
No
I avoid
surfing,
it.
nothing like that?
Oh, no, my surfing days are done. Yeah, that ended in high school. I'm
Just wanna be
completely
by the
lazy
land.
now. Yeah,
So I know you have a podcast,
I
and it's the Bottom Dwellers Dive Shack.
do. Right.
And can you tell me a little bit about that and what you do?
It's a commercial diving podcast made by divers for divers, we like to say. Really what we do is me and my buddy Armando, he used to work for the Port of Long Beach. He was a diver as well. We were always talking about starting a podcast. And then for some reason, just decided, hey, let's start it together. Because he would tell me about his ideas. I would start with my ideas. And then we're like, you know what? There's thousands of scuba diving podcasts. But there's not one commercial dive podcast. And so we're like, yeah, let's do it. And so we did the Bottom Dwellers Dive Shack, and it's the first commercial dive podcast in the world. We try to discuss history because we know that we're losing a lot of the cowboys and the old timers from back in the day. And so we mainly focus on interviewing the old timers as much as we can, And we highlight current divers. We go to schools. We've been to Texas, Santa Barbara, and there's more to come. So we do a showcase on the schools. So if you're interested in diving, becoming a commercial diver, you can check out one of these schools or listen to one of the episodes and stuff like that. We have a good time.
Where can people hear the podcast if they're interested?
All major podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, Google,
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Just look up the Bottom Dwellers Dive Shack. You'll
Yeah.
find it. Lastly, I want to ask you for those, people that want to get into diving or just are looking for a career as a commercial diver, what advice do you have for them, or what do you think they should do to get started? Listen to the
Don't.
podcast first.
Go to school.
Okay.
Listen to the podcast. Do you have to do your own research? There's a lot of schools out there. Some are really good. Some are not so good. It all just depends on how it fits you. Know, if you are planning on becoming a commercial diver, know that everything you learn in school usually gets thrown away. You're going to learn on the job as a tender. You're not going to go out and become some crazy deep sea diving hero right off the bat.
But overall, what do you like? What do you like most about your job?
I like most about the job is I do something that many people have couldn't even fathom to do. Like they don't even think about stuff like that. So, like my daughter now, she thinks I'm the coolest thing on earth, and so
Aw.
that's pretty cool. And then they have space day at their school, and I'm like, well, you know why divers are better than astronauts? Because astronauts have to learn in the water before they even go into space. Like, you have to learn what I do first.
Does she want to be a diver too?
She does, but
Okay.
that is not for her. She wants to be a diver. Oh, she said something. She wants to be a diver, princess, doctor, teacher, or something.
Okay.
All in one, though.
Oh,
So I
wow.
don't know I don't know what school you have to
Very
go to
ambitious.
for that. Yeah. But yeah, she loves it. She loves it here. She loves all the guys. She loves Lamar.
Oh.
It's one big family.
Welcome back to Port Waves. Thanks again to Port of Long Beach diver John Villarreal for coming on the show. And speaking of diving, let's dive into some of the exciting trainings and events happening this July.
If you missed out on the incredible Port Teammate Harbor Tour last month, don't worry because we have another one scheduled on Monday, July 17th. Get ready to embark on a thrilling adventure and explore the beauty of our harbor. On July 11th, Jordan Lewis is back for Excel Training Module 2, covering the topic of list calculations. Additionally, there will be a training on PowerPoint, covering the topic of creating powerful and compelling presentations.
The Long Beach Federal Credit Union will also be here for a Learn at Lunch, covering the topic of Living Trust on July 26th. Also on July 26th, join Crystal Slayton from Civil Service as she is back for another Civil Service 101 training.
Now it's time for shout-outs. For this episode, we would like to give a shout-out to the Communications Division's Alejandra Guitron and Veronica Quesada, as well as HR's Victor Dimac, for their hard work and dedication in planning the summer high school internship program. We would also like to recognize the 25 mentors. Thank you so much for your participation. If you're interested in recognizing a teammate and giving a shout-out, email us at traininganddevelopment@polb.com.
Now it's time for birthdays. For the month of July, we are wishing a happy birthday to Socorro Gallardo in maintenance,
Stuart Durandas in environmental planning,
Emanuela Pena in security,
and Carmela Mathis in security.
If you would like for your birthday to be featured on Port Waves, please email us at traininganddevelopment@polb.com.
And some more good news to report. We are delighted to announce the newest additions to the Port family. Leonard Gallegos, Construction Inspector 2 in Construction Management, John Yonemoto, Office Systems Analyst 3 in Information Management, and lastly, we'd like to welcome our new Port Administrative Officer of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Jennifer Kropke.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Port Waves. If you have any ideas for future episodes, as well as any feedback, please email us at traininganddevelopment@polb.com. Join us for our next episode coming to you in August. See you next time.
Port Waves is made possible by your hosts, Edna Dominguez
And Andrea Olea.
and with production by the Communications Division's Chris Berry and Kevin Walker.